Welcome back. Last time we were out here, we built these stairs up to the second floor. Had some trials and tribulations due to the super high quality of lumber these days. Always a joy. So nice to have those in place. We can get up to the second floor, but we still have to use a ladder to get down to the basement, which works, but it'd sure be nice to have some stairs here as well. So got the floor cleaned up down there. Got our measurements. Let's mark up some stringers and get things cut. For the basement stairs, I pulled the height of the rise up all the way to the max allowed of 7 3/4 to get it to fit on a 12-foot long 2x12 instead of running back to get 16 footers that we would end up cutting a bunch off of. We had bought 12s because we thought it would work and started at that end, and it works. It works by that much, but still counts. So get these cut up now. We do a lot of steps every year, more than I ever imagined we'd be doing. But I still like to check the first stringer to see how it fits after we do the layout. So cut the angles on the ends. We were a 1/16 of an inch off when I set up the framing square, which throws over 11 steps, throws it off quite a bit, like 5/8 of an inch. So thankfully, with something that small, you can relay out on the same spot. I didn't waste this board because we just needed to trim front to back a 1/16 of an inch off of that, and then you can see how the error accumulates as we go. By the time we're getting to the top of the stringer, there's a decent amount of difference that shows up. So we retested it, all good, perfectly level, just like we want it. The real key here is following the correct line now. Just finishing out cutting the last of the 4 stringers here. We did test fit, so we test fit and then we test fit again. Yeah, there you go. So knock the blocks out and we'll carry them over there. When we put this beam in a few videos back, I noted how the crown was keeping it from being in contact with the post, but that as soon as we get some weight on it, it will sink down. And look what happened. It went down nice and flush. Exactly like we wanted. Where are you going?
I'm going. I thought you were going the other side. Yeah. I didn't know this was going here.
We're gonna start on the low side, remember?
We're on the wrong
I
side.
can't actually reach this very well.
Yeah, when you come around that side. And get it where you want it. On the line.
This looks great.
It's because of the thickness of the tape did it.
And it's just slightly off.
Where's your
Not
floor?
bad. Gotta come back down. see how it is. That's right on. That's what we want.
Then just gotta take it down and keep it.
I know, but I can also measure.
Carry these over to the cut station. Which way do you want?
That's fine. Just if you can get it in line up there.
Right there.
It's high. Sticks out. Doesn't stick out so far. Let me grab a pencil real quick. Glad we didn't go for it. Why does this take so much for that? Sure, if you were just gonna put it up or
Oh,
that works too.
it's crooked. Trying to get it straight.
Way low. That was neat. Right on there. Moment of truth. Let's check the bottom. Hey, right on.
We're good.
We're gonna come up a few screws short today, unfortunately, but that's an easy thing to take care of later. And We had the same problem down here as upstairs. Some of this lumber, when we cut it, it actually cut so much tension out of it that it reversed its crown. So they're all wonky heights again and doing funny things with the level of the tread. But like upstairs, where we had to attach some 2x4s to the bottom, and then it really straightened out nicely when we put the temporary treads on, it should hopefully do the same thing. But the first thing we want to do is I space these out at the bottom, get a tread on there, and lock them into place as far as their spacing is concerned. And because of that stone, you're really sticking out there. That's fine. And again, these temporary treads down here get replaced eventually with 5/4 pine bullnose tread. Don't want to put those in until the project is mostly completed because there's some mess to clean out here. So now that we got the stairs, it's a lot easier to clean that mess up. These are going on pretty quick. Like upstairs, we're reusing treads from a previous project, temporary treads. So don't have to spend the time cutting them to size and all that. Just gather them up, pop them in place. Put one screw each because they're going to come back up. Don't need to overdo it. And then carry on. I'll also note that these are reused screws. When we pull screws out that are still perfectly good, we just throw them to the side in a collection, and then who cares for things like this? They're better than using a new screw, and you can see as it goes, it really is. It's not perfect yet, but it really is straightening out as it goes. So our wonky reverse crowns and stuff are kind of taking care of themselves. Hey, you built your own escape route.
Yep. I'm in. Okay. Let's hit the level it. Miss it. Clean up your pocket level it now. That's easy enough to do. That's about where it should be. That's fine. I know. Well, I went up first last time we went up that side first. Yeah. Those still probably work. It'll still work. Just round the wall. Yeah, so we got marks. So we got marks. You're not holding it very well. Well, you gotta go over. That won't. And I can level these and block it and get better. What, screw down another one? Wall one?
I gotta find out the distance.
Oh. Flat against the wall there,
Yeah.
and then put blocking down here, blocking down here, and blocking over here, because I got these problems.
Taking care of a couple small tasks now. Need to infill the big cavities that we made. So probably about a brick wide on most of these. A little narrower here where we went off the 12-inch centers. And of course you can always go a shorter distance, but don't stretch it longer. And then we need blocking in this middle part as well. So quick morning jobs. Hopefully got all the spaces in between the joists filled in over there. So now we come over to the bigger spaces, and we're going to use concrete block on these because it's a lot quicker, and big spaces makes it easy. So maybe 1.5, 2 on that. And then we're going to come out a little ways with another joist on that, probably about 16 inches. So that'll be a little bit different over there. Still going to figure that out after this, but just got this cleaned up. So hope I got enough mortar in that bucket. I guess we'll see. If I clean up this brick over here a little bit, it fits 2 blocks in there just about perfectly. Then we'll still need brick on top. So 2 block and 4 brick, 4.5, 5, something like that. Pouring down rain outside. Well, letting up already. Glad we're inside. So I'll shift that over to the left a little bit. It's gonna be a bit of a tight mortar joint, but it'll work. I'll get that spot filled in up there, and we haven't actually taken a walk up the stairs yet. So nice comfortable rise and run. And now with that final full joist in, everything is blocked, as you can see. Got a little bit of a crooked line there. Whatever, it's fine. Doesn't hurt anything. So ready to start lugging the subfloor up here. But that is gonna wait till next time, because we're gonna sneak out of here while it's raining again. It's Friday afternoon, and well, I think we've had enough of this place for this week. So thanks for rebuilding with us. If you haven't already done so, we'd really appreciate a like and a subscription. Like I said, next time, get the subfloor going upstairs, then it's on to walls. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video. Of course, pouring down rain over us and blue skies over there. Oh well.